Hi guys, welcome back to another video on my channel. For today's video, we're going to be talking about the groups I stan. I'm very excited for today's video because I feel like a lot of the questions I get in the comment sections nowadays are like, Ariel, like what groups do you stan? Who's your bias in this group? Do you like this group? Are you going to collect this group? All of that stuff. And I feel like all of that's going to be addressed in today's video, which is super nice. But we are going to just get right into this. So basically, I have a big list of groups that I stan and I have biases in and that I love. And then I also have honorary groups, which I may have a bias in, I may not have a bias in, but I do really appreciate them and I like the music. So we're going to start off with boy groups, and we're going to start off with my 4 honorary groups. So the first one is SHINee. Now, I cannot call myself an official Shawl because I don't know enough about them. I haven't heard enough of their music, but Taemin is definitely my SHINee bias. I love all of his solo music. I think he's the bestest, the skinniest. It just, yes, I love Taemin so much. Another group that is honorary is iKON. I have not officially stanned iKON yet because I just can't get myself to learn all the members' names. I have been so good with learning members' names. Like, I'm really good at it. Like, guys, like, I pride myself in being able to learn members' names. Like, I learned the boys in, like, a day. That's 12 members. So, like, I pride myself in that. But for iKON, I don't know. My bias in iKON was June. Or, I don't know how to say that. I think it's something like June. But I've been really wrecked by Jay, I think his name is recently. Like, the one with the green hair and, Killing Me. Wrecked. But he's also one that I really like. Another group that I have not officially stanned yet is VAV. Now, the only reason they're not on my official bias list as of right now is because I don't know all the members' names. And to be on my bias list, yeah, I have to know all the members' names. Lames? Oh my god. But my bias in VAV as of right now is Ace or Ano. I can't decide. Both of them are kind of wrecking me. So I just cannot, I don't know. I love both of them. But I do really love VAV and I would love to put them on my bias list eventually. But I can't say that they're on my bias list yet. And then the last honorary group is Day6. Now, Day6 are a group that I hold dear to my heart. I love them. My bias is Jay. I literally love Jay so much. And I also love Youngk. Youngk is super cute too. But again, I can't put them on my list because I do not know all the members' names, unfortunately. So that's just that. I have to wait until I learn all their names and then they will go into my bias list. But also, for these groups, I definitely do not want to collect them. Like, I don't want to collect their albums because I just personally cannot afford that. And then also for a lot of my group bias groups too, I'm not going to collect them as well. But I'll go into that when I talk about them. So as of right now, I have 15 bias groups for male groups. That's a lot, I know. I kind of hate it, kind of love it. I also have 3 alt groups, but I'll get into that when I get there. So for number 15, we have GOT7. Now GOT7 is a group that I truthfully love so much, but they're just not as high on my list as they used to be, just because I've gotten into more groups and that. But my GOT7 bias is Jackson. And then for my bias groups, I have 2 bias wreckers. So I have my main bias wrecker and then my second bias wrecker. So my main bias wrecker in GOT7 is Bam Bam, and then Yugyeom is my second bias wrecker. So it's basically like I have a line. I like to I like to create lines for myself. So like 3 members is a line. I'm like, oh, that's my line. Like when they interact, I'm like, thank you. But yes, that is GOT7. Number 14 is Number 14 is a new group that has just recently debuted that has stolen my heart, and they are ONETEAM. I love them. Their debut was so good. Like, vibe, so good. For ONETEAM, my bias is Ruben, and my bias wreckers are Jinwoo and Jaehyun. I truthfully, like, I just love them. I think they're so talented, and I would love to buy their album. They are a group that I definitely want to buy their album. For GOT7, I'm definitely not collecting their albums. JYP triggers me. I can't do that. My number 13 group is Monsta X. Now, if you guys know, I was such an anti-Monsta X fan. I just did not like them, didn't like any of their music, and then, you know, Play It Cool was released, and I was like, alright, okay, I guess that's it. And then I decided, you know what, Ariel, you need to stop being a hater, you need to stop being annoying, you need to stop being disgusting, and just get over yourself, and appreciate that they're amazing. And so I did, and so now I stan Monsta X, and my bias is Kihyun, and my bias records are Shonu and Minhyuk. So yes, I do love them. I would love to see them in concert, but they're only coming to New Jersey, and I just can't justify going to New Jersey too many times this summer. I'm already going to like New York, New Jersey too many times this summer that I just can't justify it. So yes, but I love them. For number 12, we have another new group which has crept up my bias list, crept up my heart, crept up my soul. Like, they just hurt me. Like, I love them so much. Like, I honestly I haven't fallen this hard into a group since like maybe like 80s. Like, I just love them, and I think their music is so good. And that group is SF9.
Jealous. She can also jealous. Baby, don't be so jealous.
I truthfully like never even thought about like listening to their music before. I knew who they were because I knew one member, and I'm bald, guys. Their music is so good. They're so talented. My bias is Channy. Channy is the member that I knew in SF9, and I love him to pieces. Literally, anytime there's an OO liner in a group, I almost automatically stan, because OO line is the best line, and I'll say that a million times until people start to listen to me. But yes, Channy's my bias, and then Rowoon is my bias record. He was almost my bias, but I feel like I couldn't do that to Channy, so I did bias Channy, but I kind of want to bias Rowoon too, but I'm not gonna, because I don't double bias, because I can't do that to myself. And then my second bias record is InSong, because boys vocals. Whew, boys vocals. Yes, that is SF9. And then for number 11, we have Pentagon. Pentagon is one of my favorite groups. You guys know that. They have been, you know, they've been moving around on my list just because as I like new groups, they have been going down a little bit, but I still love Pentagon. I wish the whole Eton situation hadn't happened, like, but I'm really proud of the boys and their comeback. Shalala, it was so good. Like, I'm so proud of them, and I will continue to support them because they make really good music, and they have honestly some of my favorite vocals in the industry. Hui and Jinho are so good, so I love them. And my bias in Pentagon is Hongsuk, and my bias records are Hui and Pino. So yes, I love Pentagon. Support Pentagon, stan Pentagon. And now number 10, we have a group that I talked about, I think, in my last video where I talked about like my updating boy groups I stan list. And that group is The Boys. I literally have liked The Boys since Giddy Up. Like, I have just like constantly gone back to them, but I had never really like fully dived in and like learned all the members' names and all that stuff. So I finally decided to do that, and then I was shook because I listened to Right Here and No Air, and those songs slap so hard, and it hurts me because I just love them and they're my babies now, and bring them to KCON. Honestly, bring them to KCON. But for The Boys, my bias is Hyunjae because I have a Jaehyun problem. You'll see later. I literally, anybody named Jaehyun or has a Hyun or a J in your name, instantly my bias. And then my bias records are Younghoon and Sunwoo because, again, oh my. And then Younghoon's just handsome. Like, oh, he's just handsome. Like, I see him and I'm like, oh my god, I'm blushing. Like, stop. He's so cute. And then for number 9, we have another new group that I talked about in my last video, my update video, which is Stray Kids. You You guys know I love Stray Kids. Again, another group which I hated, and I hated to admit that I stan them, but now I'm like, I don't even care. I'm gonna stay. I will admit that to the world. I am going to see them in New Jersey. I'm so excited. You guys probably know my bias is Hyunjin, and then my bias records are Changbin and Minho because I love them and I want to collect all their albums so bad, but I probably won't be doing that anytime soon. So yes. For number 8, we have another rookie group. I was gonna say newish group, but it's just technically a rookie group, even though they debuted in March. It's a rookie group, and that is TXT or I love them. They are my literal sons. I'm going to see them in at KCON New York, and I probably will pass out. Like, I don't even know how I'm going to do it. Literally, they're like my sons. Like, when I look at them, I just instantly, like, go so maternal, like, must protect. Like, I just love them with my whole entire heart, and, like, I will be barking with my full chest to cat and dog. Like, if you don't believe me, like, I'll have video evidence, I promise. But yes, I love them so much. I think their debut was just so good, and they're so talented, and I think everyone should just stand them because they're amazing. And my bias is Soobin, and my bias records are Yeonjin and Bumgyu. Now, I put those two, but of course I love all 5 of them. But I cannot bias, I don't really get bias wrecked by Taehyun and Kai, Hyun and Kai, because they're just my sons. Like, once you hit 2002, that's just son. Like, that's my son. Like, I would never think of them romantically. That's why they're my sons. So, yes. That's, like, a little insight, I guess, into my mind. For number 7, we're getting down to closer to my, like, top bias groups. But for number 7, we have 17. 울고 싶지 않아. 울고 싶지 않아. 눈물을 만지. 17 is a group that I love so much. I've always loved their music, but I had never really stanned them until about January of this year, just because, I don't know, there was too many of them and my brain couldn't do it. But I decided, you know what, screw you, Ariel, like, just learn them and love them. And so now I do, and I am such a big fan of them. They are so talented, and I love all of their music. I think, honestly, again, I think they are some of the most talented people in the industry. Woozi, I think himself is just one of the most brilliant writers ever. He's just brilliant, and I love him so much. But my 17 bias is Vernon, and my bias records are Mingyu and Dino. So yes, those are my 17 biases. Although obviously for all of these groups, I love all the members, but these are just like top 3, I guess. And then for number 6, we have a new group, which again, I started standing around January of this year, and oh my god, they crept up my bias list so fast. I don't know how they did it, but like, they truthfully stole my heart. I think, again, there's a rookie group, they're so talented, so hardworking, and I love them, and that group is ATEEZ. I think everybody's kind of whipped for ATEEZ at this point, because after they went on tour, like, they went wild. Like, oh my god, some of the videos from on tour got me, like, sweating. I was like, but yes, I do love ATEEZ so much. I got to see them on tour, so I will link my vlog. I'm so excited to see them again. They're coming to KCON New York, guys, so I'm so excited. Also, SF9's coming. Oof, Ariel's gonna die. Oof, and TXT, oof. Oh, I'm so excited. But yes, I do love them so much. And my bias is Wooyoung, and my bias records are Jongho and Yoonho, although I love all of them. Like, Yeosang was almost up there. Yeosang, my baby. Anyways, for number 5, my number 5 bias group is Astro. You guys know I love Astro so much. I actually just recently got to meet them at their High Touch at their concert, which was so much fun. I will link my vlog again. I think they're so talented. They're underrated. I feel like people don't appreciate them as much as they should. Everyone go stan Astro. They're so talented. They have some of the most beautiful music. They're beautiful people. I just love them. And my Astro bias is Sanha, and then my bias records are Eunwoo and Jinjin. But again, I love all of the members. I would literally die for any of them. Like, they have my whole heart. And then we're moving up to my top 4. My number 4 group is a disbanded group, but I will never take them off my list because I refuse. I refuse to believe that they will never get back together. I know they will, and I know they're all doing solo stuff right now, but my number 4 group is 101.
Make me feel so high 미치겠어 날 멈출 순 없어 You make me feel so high I'm so crazy 너가 나를 본 순간
101 was one of my favorite groups, and one of the first groups I listened to when I got into K-pop, and I love them so much. Thank you. I really love them, and I love all of the solo work they're all doing. I have been watching everything and keeping up with everything, except for Jin Young's solo. I have not listened to Jin Young's solo yet. I feel like such a fake. I'm trying to keeping up with now 11 members. I'm like, oh my god, it's so much work. But for 101, my bias was Daniel. It actually wasn't Daniel for the longest time, and then I started watching more programs Daniel was on, and I was like, alright, Daniel's my bias, okay, whatever. And my bias record is Ong Sungwoo, and then my other bias record is Jihoon, Park Jihoon. But I love them all. They're all just my babies, and I only wish the best for all of them, and I know that they will receive that. So the last 3 groups that I have are my 3 bias groups. I bias like alt bias groups, and then I have obviously my alt group is my number 1, but like these are like my top 3 groups basically. So the first one is number 3 is NCT. So I have listed out NCT 127, NCT Dream, and Wavy, and like talked about my different biases there. But I love NCT as a whole. Where is the yearbook for 2019 SM? I literally hate SM. Like, it's fine. I want the yearbook so bad because like it'd just be so skinny. Like it'd be the skinniest thing I've seen like all year. But like that's not gonna happen anytime soon. So great. I'm excited that they're doing the summer kits though, except I can't afford a summer kit, so that's fun. But yes, for NCT 127, my bias is Jaehyun. He is my overall NCT bias as well, but he is just also my NCT 127 bias. So like he's my bias for you, and then just for like NCT as a whole, he's my bias. I love him. He has my whole heart. He's literally my boyfriend, but he doesn't know it, but like it's okay. And then my bias records for 127 are Jungwoo and Taeyong, because Taeyong bias wrecks me in everything. You 127, and then Uwoo, Jungwoo, Uwoo is just my baby. Like he's my Uwoo boy. Like I'm so excited. I am going to see NCT super soon. 2 weeks I think, so I'm super excited. Stay tuned for the vlog. And then NCT Dream is my favorite NCT subunit just because the Dreamies, my sons, yeah, I don't know, I love them. For NCT Dream, my bias is Jaemin, and then my bias records are Jeno and Renjun. But I'm just no line trash, like y'all probably already know that. And then Chenle and Jisung are my sons. Again, they're just my whole sons, like my whole son. Jisung Park is my whole son. I will protect him till the end, just letting you guys know. And then for Wavy, my bias is Kun. Kun is the love of my life, the light of my life, the sunshine on a cloudy day. I love Kun, and I will always say that. Like Kun, I just love him so much. And then my bias records are Lucas and Zaujin. Lucas is handsome, and Zaujin snatched me, so thank you. I could talk about them for ages. But yes, my number 2 group for boy groups is EXO. You guys probably already know that I love EXO. I am such EXO trash. I am an XOL. I literally hate myself. It's fine. My bias is Baekhyun. Baekhyun snatches me. Baekhyun attacks me. My bias record, Kyungsu or Do could be my bias. I don't know. Sometimes Kyungi's my bias. Sometimes Baek's my bias. And then I'm like Beak Opar, but I'm like Kyungi, and I just I don't know, guys. Kyungsu comes for me so often that sometimes I question why Baek's my bias. And then my other bias record is Chanyeol, because Chanyeol is just so important to me. He is another person who I just think is so talented. But yes, I love EXO, and I love EXO CBX too. Baekhyun is also my bias, of course. I don't have a line in EXO-CBX because it's just 3 members, but Stream Lazy. Oh, I didn't say that. Stream Lazy. Oh, Lazy's so good. Lazy's my favorite EXO-CBX song. And then we're obviously moving on to my last boy group, my alt boy group, and that is a little BTS. Of course it is. Y'all know you can't even tell I'm BTS trash by the 6 Persona albums here, and I have 4 more down here. Like, I'm BTS trash, guys. It's fine. I'm going to see BTS so soon. I don't know when I'm posting this video, but I'm posting this video on, I'm recording this video on Tuesday, and I'm seeing them on Saturday and Sunday, so that's like so soon. I'm so excited. I am But yes, for BTS, I don't know why everybody always keeps asking me this, because like I feel like I've said this so many times and y'all should just know by now. But my BTS bias is Suga or Yoongi. Yoongi is just the love of my life. He's my alt bias in all of K-pop. He's just honestly like the smallest, like cutest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. But he's also so vicious and I don't want to talk about it anymore because it hurts me. And then you guys always, I don't know why, everyone always asks me who my bias wrecker is too. My bias wrecker is Jin, and then my other bias wrecker is Jungkook or Jungkook or Googie. Googie's my little baby. I'm so excited to see them, guys. Like, I can't even like talk about it. Like, I'm getting like so nervous again. But yes, those were my boy groups that I stan, and now we're gonna move on to my girl groups. Also, I keep looking down because I wrote them all down. So for girl groups, I don't bias as many. I only have 5 biased girl groups, and then I have a lot that I like. So I'll go through all the ones that I like, and then I'll go to my top 5, and then I'll tell you my number 1, and then all that stuff. So some girl groups that I like, I really love Mamamoo. Mamamoo is a super good group. My bias is Hwasa or Solar. They're both my bias. I don't know, I haven't picked one yet, but I love them both. Mamamoo makes bangers. I fully believe that. I love them. Another group I love is CLC. No was snatched. Black Dress snatched. Like, all of their songs are so good. Homoglobin. How do you pronounce that? No, that one. I love that. And my bias for CLC is Yin. That was decided during No because, oh my god, she came for me. Another group that I like is ITZY. Now, I hated their debut. Like, I fully hated their debut. Like, you guys will watch my reaction back and be like, Ariel really didn't like that. That song slaps so hard. Like, I like hate myself that I hated it because like I listen to it now and I'm like, alright, she slaps. Sister came for me. And my ITZY bias is Chaeryeong. I can't pronounce it. Chaeryeong. I tried, but she's my bias. I love her, and I love her sister as well, which I'll talk about later. Another group that I love is Everglow. Go up to the sky. Everglow came for my weave. Again, I hated Bonbon Chocolat, but now, literal pop of the century, and they're coming to KCON, and I'm gonna see them. Like, moment of silence for like all of Ariel's wigs that will be lost at KCON New York. If you guys are going to KCON, please let me know. And for Everglow, my bias is EU. I think that's how you pronounce her name. Or Yidin. Yidin. Guys, I can't pronounce names. I'm sorry, but those two are the ones that I've caught my attention. And then for more groups, I really like G-Friend. They're not a bias group, but I really like them. I love a lot of their music. My favorite song by them is still Me Gustas 2 though, because Sister came for me. Me Gustas 2, like, so good. My bias is Umji, and then my bias record is Sinbi, Snatched. Another group that I love is Gugudan. Get it, Dubai, in my boots tonight, bitchin' blue like this. not one of my bias groups, unfortunately. But my bias in Gugudan is Sejong. Sejong is the beautifulest. Like, she's just the best. Like, I can't even describe it. She's so pretty. And then my bias record is Mina. Again, for these groups, I would not put myself in, I can't put them in bias list because I don't know all the members. That's kind of why they're not my biases. And then another honorary group, which I don't officially stan yet. I don't bias. I know it's hard. It's Twice. I love like so much of Twice's music, and I know all the members' names, and I know them, but I just can't put them on my bias list just because for my bias girl groups, I really want to collect them, and I just cannot be bothered to collect Twice. Twice has so much stuff that I cannot do it. JYP, I just can't. But for Twice, my bias is Momo, and my bias record is Jihyo. I love them. I love Twice. So now for my top 5 groups, my number 5 girl group is IZ*ONE. They come for me. Guys, you know, I don't know if you guys knew this, but like when Love You and Rose dropped, like it snatched my entire existence. Like it was my favorite song for the longest time. And then if you guys have seen my Violetta reaction, like I honestly was not expecting to be that snatched, but like oh my god, it was so good. Like they didn't have to pop off that hard, and oh my god, it was so good. Like I love them so much. I love their music. And my bias in IZ*ONE is coincidentally Chaeyeon, who is Chaeyoung's older sister. And my bias records are Yena and Yuri. Yuri has the beautifulest voice, and she's younger than me. And I'm like, why do they do that to me? Like, why you make me feel so untalented? Alright, and then number 4 for my bias girl groups is Idol. You guys know I love Idol. I talk about them a lot. Señorita slabs. I love them. I have one of their albums, but I will be collecting the other one. I know I said I wouldn't, but I kind of feel like, yeah, I'll just do it, whatever. My bias in Idol is Soyeon, and then my bias records are Uki and Minnie. I love them. Uki is just Uki is one of the like few female artists I want to be. Like, of course I want to be all of them, but she's actually one where I'm like, I want to be you because she's gorgeous and her voice is so unique and she's just amazing. And then now we're moving on to number 3. My number 3 girl group is EXID. I love them. Honestly, they've been one of my favorite girl groups for the longest time. Like, I think they just really they just step out of the box. Like, they don't do the same concept every time, you know? And I really loved DDD. DDD was one of my favorite songs, like, for the longest time. Like, right when I got into K-pop, I heard that song and I was like, they popped off. And I was like, and then I Love You is just, again, one of my favorite songs by them, too. I love their music. For EXID, my bias is Ellie, and then my bias records are Hani and Haydn. I love them. I love all of them. When they brought Solji back, I almost cried. Like, it was so needed, so necessary. Stan Queens. And now we're moving on to my number 2 girl group, which is Blackpink. Hit you with that You guys know I love Blackpink. I wasn't the biggest fan of Kill This Love. Like, if you see my reaction, I got a lot of hate because apparently I didn't like it enough. Turns out, I love the song. If you listen to it like 20 times in a row, you're like, alright, this slaps. And they're like, let's kill this love. Yeah. Oh, it's so good. My Blackpink bias is Jennie, and my Blackpink bias wrecker is Rosé. Although I love all of them, truthfully. Sometimes Rosé is my bias too. I can't decide. I get mixed emotions all the time. But yes, I love them. And then my alt girl group for all of K-pop is Red Velvet. You guys probably already knew that. I love them so much. I think they just snap. Like, they really do a lot of cutesy concept. They do a lot of cutesy concepts, which I'm totally down for. Like, I love a good cutesy concept, but they also kill the girl crush concept. Like, Bad Boy hurts. Because I see that and I'm like, wow, I will never be able to be in a girl group, and that's all I've ever wanted in my entire life. Like, ever since I was little, I've been like, Mom, can I please be in a girl group? And she's like, no. And now I see Bad Boy, and I'm like, I want to be in a girl group so bad. It's just, and then the dance, it's so good. But yes, I love Red Velvet. My bias is Irene. She's my alt female bias in all of K-pop. And my bias wreckers are Yeti and Joy. So yes, that is all of the groups I stan across all of K-pop. I'm extremely multi-fandom now. I'd say I thought I was multi-fandom before when I did my last videos, but I feel like I'm even more multi-fandom now. But I still feel like I have room to grow. So if you guys have any groups that you think that I should get into, please let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to hear your suggestions for groups and music you want me to hear. There's also soloists and things that I didn't mention. Like, some of my favorite female soloists are Chungha and Sunmi. I love them. And Taemin is my favorite male soloist. Because he's skinny. Want to skinny. But yes, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you guys, if you didn't already know some of these groups, I hope you guys check out some of these groups because they're so talented. I'll leave links to some of my favorite songs by them in the comments down below. And yeah, give me some recommendations for new groups. I'd love to hear it, and I'll talk to you guys super soon.